just a very quick, that's not going to say very quick video. This is not going to be a very quick video. Who am I kidding? Not a quick video at all. It's a video I wanted to do for a little while, actually, and it was to respond to your comments. We used to respond to your comments a lot more than we do at the moment. No sinister reason. It's just fixture congestion at the moment. By the time one game's finished and we've done a preview, we've done a build-up, we've done a watch-along, we've done a review, we've done a player ratings, and so on and so forth. By the time all that's done, because we've basically got 2 games a week at the moment, it's almost time for the next round of videos. So the things like the Live with Gonzo, the Cup of Tea, or the Talk West Ham, or even just these forum videos where I pop your comments up left to right and centre, we don't do a lot of them. So I thought I'll do a comments video. I'll get a few people's comments and we'll make a video about that, and we'll have a little chat about that. So in the process of, so I've got that for you today. I've got some comments, so good and bad, by the way, good and bad, which is what's prompted me to say what I'm going to say now, okay? Because I'm guilty of, on this channel, certainly, of assuming, because I sort of talk to you every day like this, I'm sort of guilty of assuming that everybody has been watching this for, I don't know, a couple of years. So when I might make comments about things I've done in the past, and I just assume you've watched it, I assume you get it. But of course, new people join up. I'm welcome. I mean, you're very welcome, and I'm pleased new people join up because it massively helps us out. Don't get me wrong, but I am sorry if I often say things that people might think, what's he talking about? I only signed up 2 months ago, so you wouldn't know. Anyway, so there was this comment in particular. I don't particularly want to dig him out, but he makes a really good point. And he said, how many videos can you make about nothing new? LOL, obviously, laugh out loud. I don't think it's lots of love by the tone of it. He said, how many since the Aston Villa game? 6, 7? He's asking, but basically, since the Aston Villa game, have you done 6 or 7 videos? It's too much. You're saying nothing. You're saying nothing new, is what he's saying. Now, I don't know. I don't know who this person is, basically. But I just want to make this point here about what we do. There came a point, and I assume a load of you will already know this. During COVID, lost my job and a lot more besides, it has to be said, right? For what can I do? What can I do to get some work? Can we basically turn Hammers Chat into a job? And the answer was yes. That's what we did, basically. To do that, there were a couple of major things that we had to do. We had to make sure that there was daily content. Well, actually 3 things we needed to do. We had to make sure there was daily content. We had to really appeal to you guys and girls, of course, because we've got some lovely girls we've got some lovely girls. We've got some lovely girls who are patrons as well. So we had to basically make the patron work. We had to do daily uploads, and of course we had to find some sponsorship. So this is all sort of part of it. So part of the daily uploads is suffering the adverts. I know the adverts. And so I wanted to thank you, which you'd seen as part of the video, and probably explain to people like this person here that, yeah, we do daily uploads, and this is sort of part of it. And by and large, it's been a massive success, and it's a massive success down to you guys as well. And I hope that we don't put out videos that are no good, that are crap to watch and stuff like that. We always try and keep it as fresh as we possibly can, and we'll often get comments if we don't put a video up. People say, hold on a second, where's our video, please? That's part of my daily routine. I sit down with my tea and biscuits on my lunch break and watch a video. So we hope that you like the videos as well. Obviously some people don't, that's absolutely fine, but it is YouTube. You have to press a button to watch it, so you do have choice. But I wanted to say in particular, thank you for suffering the adverts. I know I've said it before, but again, I don't want to be guilty of thinking, well, I said that last year. People know that, right? No, not necessarily. Possibly you don't. So I do appreciate, I know myself, I want to watch sort of one of the sort of videos that I like, or, a tutorial or something on YouTube, and the advert comes up, particularly if it's one of the double ones. Oh, God, come on! Skip. I get it, I understand. But it helps us out massively. It is massively a part of our income. So I just wanted to thank you very much for everything you've done, because actually we have been able to turn it into a job. It is working for us. I mean, and listen, don't get me wrong, no one's driving a Ferrari around or anything like that. Don't think, we're YouTubers, you're absolutely minted. But you know what? We're paying the bills and we're managing at the moment, and I can't thank you all enough. Sometimes we'll talk about one football. We got the Manscaped thing coming up soon, which is the for shaving the Niagaras. Probably won't say that when I'm promoting it, in all honesty. I'll probably try and think of something a little bit more snappy to say from that. ETC, who sponsor this channel, are a massive part of what we do at Hammers Chat, and have been supporting us for quite some time. So it's all part of it. Okay, it's all part of it, and this really was meant to be more about your comments, but a couple of the comments sort of prompted this really. So I just want to say it on that. We try not to be too repetitive. We just try and mix it up a little bit. But obviously there is going to be some crossover. But I also thought I'd sort of take this opportunity as well while I was talking about that. There are some other comments which I want to deal with in just a second. And I just want to say this as well. We've had one from Connor Reeve here. He said he's new to this channel and I love it. Good work, lads. Supported West Ham since I was a kid. I've never seen a team like this. What a time to be alive. I mean, 2 points there, Connor. Firstly, thank you very much for joining. Secondly, thanks for the feedback. Thirdly, did I say 2 points, 3 points? Who cares how many points there are? There are lots of points. This really is about Connor saying, I've never seen a team like this before. I've been supporting West Ham for years. These are weird times, and this is what I was saying in the video yesterday. Really weird times to be a West Ham fan. So anyways, he loves the channel. The other one, not so much. But I really do. Even a chap that doesn't like it, I do appreciate you clicking on the video. If they are annoying you, though, I would say please don't click on and just be annoyed every day by what you see. Honestly, go and watch something else, or just don't watch YouTube at all, quite possibly. But thank you very much for that, Connor. I do want to deal with another comment, which is from John, John X Pat here. Now, I don't think John used to be called Pat, by the way. I think John lives abroad, basically. John X Pat. He said, I was surprised when we signed Crow. Haven't seen enough of him to convince me, but isn't it strange we bought 4 new players and only one has been used regularly, and that's Zuma? Doesn't really add up to me. He goes on to say a couple of other things, but I hadn't really thought about it like that, to be honest with you, John. But I think John is absolutely right here. And when I'm trying to assess it, and by the way, in me trying to assess it the other day, I seem to I've upset somebody else. I'll deal with their comment in a second. It is a bit weird, isn't it, really, when you look at it and you think he's brought these players in. I mean, Areola is a quality goalkeeper. Quality goalkeeper can't quite make it into the first team at the moment. I know what Geo's saying. I don't like to call it the first team or the second team. It is. It really is. I'll tell you what, basically, if you find yourself every time playing alongside Mikel Antonio, right, and Declan Rice, and Thomas Souček, and Cresswell, those 4 in particular, there's probably more, but if you find yourself playing with those 4, believe you me, you're in the first team, right? If every time you play Declan Rice and Antonio and Cresswell and that 8 in a team, you're not playing in the first team. I'm not saying you're crap. I'm not saying that the reserves, they're not reserves, but you know what I mean? The League Cup team, Europa team, whatever it is, I'm not saying that's crap. I love it. They're all a massive part of the squad, and this is a massive, big part of being modern West Ham. But I would suggest you're not in the first team. You're not one of the first names on the team sheet. Let's put it that way. And I do find it interesting. Actually, Zuma is the only one that's managed to work his way into being one of the first names on the team sheet. I do wonder if the others will. If I had to put them in order, I would probably put Zuma. Areola's got the next best chance. Then Vlasic, then Crow would be the order that I think. And that just goes on, because I asked a few of you yesterday to put your comments in the video, under the video, and just reading through those, it does seem to be, that is the case there, certainly. That was John. Sorry, Jeffrey also makes the point, probably should say this, Jeffrey. He said, I think we paid $5 million just to loan Crow. That's probably 40% of his purchase price. And that speaks volumes. That we forked out so much on a temporary measure. He said if it weren't for COVID, I think we'd have seen much more from Crow. I sort of agree with half of that, which is, I think if it wasn't for COVID, we might have seen one more appearance from Crow, to be fair, because I don't think he'd have featured in the other games. But it is true. That is what Jeffrey said is true. That is a massive outlay for a loan signing. It is some sort of display of faith there as well. I've not given up on Crow. I've only seen one game. Somebody else, I'm sorry I wasn't able to screenshot, because I'm just using my phone here. I have to be able to screenshot the comments to be able to upload them to the video. Somebody said, would you prefer Crow or Connor Coventry? And I thought it was a really good question, actually. And the truth is I don't know, because I've only seen Crow play once. So Yeah, I mean, I just find it interesting. And just from Kevin here, a comment from Kevin. This is in relation to us not getting any love from the press, us getting sort of swept under the table a little bit. He says, remember the year when Leicester won the Premier League? He said throughout the season they were dismissed until probably 6 to 10 games to go. He said, I'll take that too. The quadruple is on. We are massive. So, I mean, he's right. They do. And Geo's also right that they like drama. Ideally, what they want is one of the big... Geo calls them the Sky Sports top 6, doesn't he? He wants one of the Sky Sports top 6 in drama. It's actually, you know, you look at Sky Sports, you look at TalkSport. Actually, that supersedes the football, doesn't it? The drama, and Geo is right, that supersedes actually a ball being kicked. It's the drama and all the rest of it. This one is somebody, and I want to address this point massively, by the way. It's not just this person that makes this point. I get it every so often. And by the way, this is not reflective. If I get 100, in fact, whatever, if there's 500 comments, there'll be one like this. Okay? And I've not put their name on it because I don't want them to get any stick. I don't want them to get, anything like that. But I'll pop it up. And what they've said is, they said, stop it, LOL. It's the laugh again. It's the laugh. Although I don't think they're laughing. I've got to be honest with you, because the rest of the tone is not. It says, you're having a pop at players that honestly aren't bad at all. Aren't playing bad at all. Nothing wrong with the keeper. He's played very well. I'm with Geo on this. He's made some great saves, and Ogbonna is fantastic, mate. I think he means calm down. It's obviously predictive text there. Okay. This is in relation to a video that I did saying, will David Moyes change the team around? Here was the point of this video. I was saying David Moyes has shown that he's willing to make a tough decision if he thinks it's right for the team. So he's replaced Soufal. All right? Ben Johnson has replaced Soufal. My question was, will David Moyes do that again? Will he do it with a goalkeeper? Will he do it with Ogbonna? Because they've both had a mistake in recent games, right? I think that's fine. I think that's a legitimate opinion. He said having a pop. I don't think that's having a pop. I said in a reply, I don't think I've said Ogbonna's a bad parent. I don't think I've slagged his grandmother off or anything like that. It's not having a pop. I love Ogbonna. I think he's a really good player. I think he's been our best centre back for the last few years. That's not having a pop. And actually, when I look back, I think, well, actually, if I'd have said 5 or 6 games ago, actually, I think Ben Johnson could get in the team ahead of Soufal, would that have been classed as having a pop? Would I have not been allowed to say that? Because I just think we're into dangerous territory if, on a West Ham channel, we can't talk about whether the first team can be fluid. If on a West Ham channel we can't say, oh, that guy might get a first team place. If, when Areola has an absolute wonderful game against Man City, and then Fabianski as a flap, which he has done, that we can't say, oh, I wonder if Areola's going to be in the team and Fabianski's going to be out. I mean, is this whole modern thing about being too sensitive, about hate and stuff like that? This isn't hate. I use Tommy's phrase here. This is Tom, Irish Tommy says this phrase, and I love it. It's not hate. It's not a pop. It's a legitimate football opinion. And I do wonder, this whole closing down of just general chit chat, which is all it is. I think you then end up where you say nothing. Well, you actually don't have that conversation. You just say, oh, everyone in the team's playing absolutely superbly. Nobody can come in. Come on. I mean, I think sometimes you just got to be able to look at the team, assess things, and say, oh, you know what? I think that might happen. No one's saying Fabianski's crap. No one's saying Ogbonna's crap. No one's having a pop. And it's quite frustrating that you've got to say that. That you've got to explain that. I think that stuff is obvious. I don't. But every so often, and I think most people, by and large, will join in the debate. It's like with the Crowell and the Crowell debate yesterday. Most people have turned around and just joined in and said, oh, I think Areola might make it in. I think Crowell might not be made permanent. It's just a debate. They've not taken offence to basically, well, what you're saying. What you're saying about Fabianski. What you're saying about Ogbonna. It's not done to that extent. It's just a legitimate football opinion. It is totally possible to like more than just the players that are in the first team. I love Soufal. I really do. but I wouldn't have him in the team at the moment because Johnson's doing well. There was a time before when I'd have had Soufal in the team and not Johnson. That may change. It may change again. That's surely the point of having a squad. Anyway, just a few of your comments there. Also, there was just one more as well, which I thought this was a really good point as well. I can't see the second part of your name. It's Northern something. Maybe a Northern expat. He said the start of the season, Villa and Everton were the media darlings. This is to do with, again, with West Ham not getting much love. I totally agree. They absolutely loved it, didn't I? And do you know what? I mean, it's difficult for Rafa now, isn't it? I actually thought it was a good appointment. And I think he's a good manager, and I sort of still do. But they were Everton media darlings, I think, to a point. I think then they hadn't signed anyone, then they weren't. Then it looked like actually Townsend and Demarai Gray were good signings. They became media darlings. And the media absolutely loved them. And he's right about that. But now not so much. Aston Villa as well. I mean, Aston Villa were getting massive praise heaped on them. I mean, I found strange, you remember me saying it at the time, unless you're new, by the way. Sorry, as again, it's me assuming you've seen the videos before. I found it strange that all this praise was getting heaped on Aston Villa for selling their best player. What's going on here? But it really was, it's brilliant. They brought in Buendia, and they brought in Bailey, and they brought in Danny Ings, and the media absolutely loved them. It's weird. It's a weird one. But you know this, if you're a West Ham fan and you've been used to being... Look, I understand why we were last on CFAX and Teletext. The start of our name begins with W. I get it. Arsenal start, we're at the end. I get that. But, little things like us being last on Match of the Day, you get used to that as a West Ham fan. You really, really do. And... I think, I don't know, we're just not fashionable, but that's absolutely fine. Geo's absolutely right. There's no drama, everything's good at West Ham. If we're in the news, it would mean something's going wrong. Once again, I just want to thank you. I want to thank you for all your support. I want to thank you for everything you've done in terms of watching the videos, in terms of watching the adverts. If you've been to the shop and you bought a mug, I mean, honestly, anything. If you've even downloaded the OneFootball app, you've helped, anything like that. If you're a patron, I mean, we can't thank you enough. You literally, you pay the bills in this house. You really do. I can't thank you enough at all. If you want to find out what Patreon's about, by the way, the link is in the description below. It's patreon.com/HammersChat. We basically do even more content, which will really annoy the chap at the start, weren't it? Yeah, there's even more. You think this is a lot of videos since Aston Villa? You want to be on there as well? Crikey, there's loads of them. But you can unlock lots of additional content. You also support Hammers Chat, which is great for us as well. And you also get discounts from the store. There are several different tiers. You can join up from something like £3.50 a month. It's done in dollars, so it sort of fluctuates a little bit, but not that much. Or you can... There's several different tiers. You can download our stuff as podcasts, or you can become a mild addict or an addict. We've got some addicts as well. Obviously, for obvious reasons, I should probably point out, whilst as the channel grows, you always find yourself, you get a little bit of stick here and there in the comments, which is why sometimes we do, on some videos, we do retreat to Patreon a few times with some videos, because we don't get any stick on there. It's a bit of a safe haven. We're chickens, basically. There you go. Anyway, thank you very much indeed. It's a bit of a mishmash of a video, bit of a weird video, but I hadn't said thank you for a while, and I really did want to say thank you to you all. And we'll be certainly doing a lot more comments content coming up as soon as it dips a little bit. This once we've qualified for Europe, it'll be fine. We will be doing a mug of tea actually on Patreon later on in the week. Thanks again.